Hello, first grade friends. This morning we're going to read My Mother Talks to Trees by Doris Gove, illustrated by Marilyn H. Mallory. My Mother Talks to Trees. My mother talks to trees out loud and right in public. Like today, when we are walking home from school. It's spring, and all the trees have new baby leaves. Whoa, little dogwood, she says, walking all the way around a small tree near the side. You're blooming this year. Congratulations. 6 white flowers is great for the first time. Mom shows me one of the flowers. It's pretty. Each white petal looks like it has a tiny bite taken out of it. Then we walk down by the library. Redbud, you are beautiful, she says. You came through that last snowstorm really well. I see my friend Dana and her dad coming up to the library. I stand really close to the tree so they think Mom is talking to me. I notice that the redbud tree has flowers coming right out of the bark. Really weird. And they're not red either, they're pink. The leaves look like green hearts. Thank goodness there's nobody around on the next block because Mom jumps up and catches a branch of a tall tree. He pulls it down so I can look at some fuzzy little caterpillars dangling from a twig. But they're not caterpillars. Hickory, look at your catkins, she exclaims. These boy flowers of yours will be dropping pollen in just a few days. Where are the girl flowers? I ask. They're on the higher branches, and they will grow into hickory nuts, she explains. We count the leaflets on each leaf stem. There are 2 or 3 on each side and one on the end. Down the street, she shakes hands with a friend Jonathan's Christmas tree. His dad planted it in their yard after Christmas last year. Hello, Blue Spruce, says Mom. You've got lots of good new growth. You're going to get big this year. Car goes by and the people stare. The needles are bluish green and sharp on the end. I break off a tiny sprig to smell the Christmas smell. The light green new needles are soft. Mom says the tree came from Colorado, but it can grow here. Around the corner, we stop at a tree with leaves that look like mittens. Oh, you poor sassafras, Mom says. I'll get some of that honeysuckle vine off your branches. There, you can stretch out easier now. I take a closer look. Some of those sassafras leaves have 3 fingers, and some have no fingers at all. I wonder if I should remind Mom that this isn't our yard. She goes to a big tree in the next yard and pats it. The dog barks at us from the porch. Hello, White Oak, she says. I love your lichens. Her fingers trace the green, crinkly circles that grow on the bark. The leaves look like pieces from a giant jigsaw puzzle. Some old acorns crunch under my feet. Pick up an acorn hat and put it on the tip of my finger. Sometimes Mom talks to me too. Remember this tulip poplar, Clara? she says as we cross the street to the park. We planted it here the year you were born, and we used to bring it water in your beach bucket. It's taller than you now, but you're better at gymnastics, she says with a wink. Mom says the flowers are shaped like tulips, but I like to look at the leaves, which look like fox faces, ears and whiskers. And you're growing fast, too, she says to a pine tree down the hill. White pine, she tells me. It's the only pine with 5 needles in each bunch, one needle for each letter of the word white. She pulls a branch toward me. At the end are some things that look like Rice Krispies. She taps them, and yellow powder floats out. Laura, these are the male cones, or pollen makers. Conifers have cones instead of flowers and needles instead of leaves. They stay green all year, too, I say. She pulls down a higher branch to show me the green female cone. We both get sticky pitch on our hands. On the very top branches are some big pine cones from last year. Hey, Maple, your seeds are almost ripe. Mom shouts up into a tree that from a distance looks like a huge bright green lollipop, like the trees I used to draw in kindergarten. Its wide leaves are bigger than my hand and almost the same shape, too. She picks a few seeds and we throw them up in the air. They spin on their helicopter wings. Mine go farther than mom. Down the path in the park, we visit 4 little walnut trees. 3 are as tall as I am, and the fourth comes up to my waist. Mom and I planted them on Arbor Day last year, and I carried milk jugs of water for the new trees. They just looked like sticks then, but now each one has a little umbrella of leaves. You all outdid yourselves, said Mom. What graceful long leaves. I hope you like your new home. Then she adds, in just a few years, we'll be able to gather your delicious nuts. Mom shows me how each leaf stem has one leaflet on the end and 6 or 7 on each side. Hey, the walnut tree leaves are almost like the hickory leaves, but the walnut has more leaflets. The leaves smell spicy when I rub them between my fingers. Mom calls out, Hey, Persimmon, and heads towards a tall, straight tree with lichens on its bark. The persimmon tree bark looks as if it is made of little blocks. Shiny dark leaves are pointy on both ends. Mom pats the tree and says, Thank you for the sweet persimmon fruits you gave us last fall. I hope my friend Whitney is not looking out her window from across the street. As we walk toward the street, I look back at the new walnut trees. The bigger ones are standing tall and strong, but the small one is drooping a little. I run back and stroke one of its new leaves. It feels soft like velvet and smells great. Don't worry, I say. We'll be back. Hmm. Laura and her mom had a really fun adventure walking through the neighborhood, looking at trees and seeing different parts of them that they noticed. Wonder if you walked through your neighborhood, what things on the trees would you notice? You might notice the leaves, or if they don't have leaves, maybe they have needles. You could notice the bark, you could notice the branches. Oh, and if they don't have leaves yet, maybe you notice the buds. I'd like you to take a walk through your neighborhood and see if you can notice some things like Laura and her mom did about the trees. Then you can write about what you noticed in your journal and post a picture on our Google slide.